पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशितारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. Today our topic for today is simple and ideal Grhastha life or married life. Let's get into our discussion for today. Now, any genuine desire, any good or genuine desire one has, one can pray to Kamadhenu or Surabhi cow for getting this desire. We see that Krishna and Balram are the farming acharyas of our Krishna conscious movement. We can refer to a verse which is Srimad Bhagavatam 10.11.37. Translation is as follows. In this way, Krishna and Balarama, acting like small boys and talking in half-broken language, gave transcendental pleasure to all the inhabitants of Raja. In due course of time, they became old enough to take care of the calves. So, here the purport. As soon as Krishna and Balarama were a little grown up, they were meant for taking care of the calves. Although born to a well-to-do family, they still had to take care of calves. This was the system of education. Those who were not born in Brahmana families were not meant for academic education. The Brahmanas were trained in a literary academic education. The Kshatriyas were meant to take care of the state, and the Vaishyas learned how to cultivate land and take care of the cows and calves. There was no need to waste time going to school to be falsely educated and later increase the numbers of the unemployed. Lord Krishna and Balarama taught us by their personal behavior. Krishna took care of the cows and played his flute, and Balarama took care of agricultural activities with a plough in his hand. So, thus from this we see that the Lord is in charge of cows, and Lord Balram is in the charge of ploughing. So treasures, gems, valuable pearls, etc., all of these are hidden in our scriptures in the form of these variety of knowledge. So we have to mine the Vedic scriptures. So just like you want to get gold, silver, etc., you have to mine through the ground. Similarly, you have to mine through the Vedic scriptures to get these jewels. Now, mantras have a lot of gems hidden in them, so we must learn from them. And we see that formula to define Vedic economics is Srimad Bhagavad Gita 18.44, which is Krishi Goraksha Vanijyam Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam. This is Vedic economics. So now we may think that why are we talking about this Vedic economics and a genuine desire one should pray to Kamadhenu cow, or the Lord is in charge of cows and Balram is in charge of ploughing. Because the life of Vrindavan residents, we can connect this to the life of Vrindavan residents, which was based on simple living and high thinking. And all of these Vrindavan residents, most of them were Grhasthas, and they were following perfect Vedic culture, so they naturally cultivated simplicity. They are pure in consciousness, so they are fully dedicated to serve the Supreme Lord. And the closer we come to following the qualities of the residents of Raja, the more can we cultivate simplicity and move toward ideal Grhastha life. So this is one of the qualities of the eternal soul. When we give more importance to the Atma, simplicity will come by itself. So when we give more importance to the Atma, we understand that we are not this body, we are Atma or the soul. So thus we will give more care for the Atma instead of the body. Now, moving forward, and this will help in living an ideal Grihastha life, where the main focus or the main center point is how to please Krishna, not how to please our own senses. So we can also refer to Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, chapters 11 to 15. So Canto 7 is the signs of God entitled, and here Prahlad Maharaj, his pastime has been elaborately described here, and the rest of the chapters, that is 11 to 15. So 1 to 10 describe Prahlad Maharaj's pastimes, and 11 to 15 describe the conversation where between Narad Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj. So actually this whole 7th canto is a sub conversation between Narad Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj. So the whole Srimad Bhagavatam is being narrated by Sutta Goswami to the Naimisharanya sages, and in this Sutta Goswami is quoting the conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukdev Goswami. And here Parikshit Maharaj and Shukdev Goswami is quoting the conversation between Narad Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj. So this 7th canto is actually a sub conversation. So in between Narad Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj. So there are about 30 qualities that are mentioned here for Grihasthas. So especially in chapter 14, one must read chapter 14, which is ideal family life, and if we know the first 4 qualities, we can develop the remaining qualities related to material life, material qualities, and if we know the last 9 qualities, we can develop the remaining spiritual qualities. So the first 4 are mainly defined as the basic qualities that are needed to be a human being, which is Tapa, Shaucham, Daya, Satyam. So these are the 4 principles or pillars of religion. So this is, as I explained earlier, this is elaborately given in Bhagavatam Canto 7, chapter 14. Now, 5 main instructions by Narada Muni for Grihasthas are: number 1, worship the Lord every day, like Mangal Arti and Guru Puja. All of these are meant to be followed by Grihasthas. And next, invite sadhus and feed them. Prabhupada used to give the example of his father, that every single day his father used to invite 4 or 5 sadhus and give them prasadam. And we should feed other animals like cows, grass to the cows. And the 4th thing is make offerings to forefathers. That is, for the forefathers who have departed, they also need some offerings so that they can be in peace in the higher planets. So this is the Shraddha ceremony basically. And take only Krishna Prasadam yourself. This is the 5th thing. Even during the yatra, like when we are traveling somewhere, most of the time people eat outside food, but it is explained by Narada Muni that only Krishna Prasadam must be taken. According to Srila Prabhupada, Prasadam is the secret weapon. That's why Prasadam is very important. So for Grihasthas, Garbhadan Samskar facilitates that we beget a soul who will be Krishna conscious. So actually demigods are waiting in the upper planets so that they can get birth in the Sankirtan movement of Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga. So actually we see that all the child prodigies who are in ISKCON, we see that they are so gifted. They are actually incarnations of the demigods only, who have come to participate in the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So devotees, as it is said, they are not just spiritually active, they are also materially active. So Gurukul, Varnashram and Varnashram college, all of these are very much related even for Grihasthas as well. So we have to know the instructions and feelings and vision of Prabhupada on Varnashram, so that all these Brahmachari, Grihastha is one of the ashramas. So all of these are connected, and we have to go into deeply, and we have to study this vision. Then only we can understand what to uh, uh, do and what to follow. So when we distribute books, or when we even see, or when we see transcendental literature, we should think about four things. Number one, distribution of books. Number two, reading of books. Number three, studying of books. And number four, implementing or living the teachings in our life. So we have to intensify our search for Brahmanas who are very much qualified, who can even help Grhasthas and brahmacharis also. So they are like pure gold. Pure gold is very hard to find in this world. That is why we see that real money or assets is with the Vrajavasis who lived ideal Grihastha life, who lived proper Vedic culture. They have the Lord's knowledge, they have knowledge about the Lord, they have cows, they have farmland, etc. They are materially successful because they are spiritually successful. So we have to be very careful in this regard as to what we follow about Grihastha life. And ideal Grihastha life is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 7, chapter 14. One can read this full section of chapter 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 because it describes a perfect varnashram, like four social classes, four spiritual classes, and then the chapter 13 describes the behavior of a perfect person, and then chapter 14 describes ideal family life, and then chapter 15 describes instructions for civilized human beings. So this chapter, that is a 14th chapter especially, that is related to this Grihastha life and Varnashram. This is a question to Yudhishthira by Yudhishthira Maharaj to Narad Muni, when Narad Muni was Yudhishthira Maharaj inquired from Narad Muni, and Narad Muni advised him that Grihastha's first duty is to be fully dependent on Vasudeva or Krishna and to try to satisfy him in all respects. So this devotional service will depend upon the instructions of the authorities. So one has to associate with proper devotees who are actually engaged in devotional service. So then in this way one must hear from the mouth of the realized souls. In this way the Grihastha's attraction to his wife and his children will gradually be reduced. So right now we are quoting from the summary of Srila Prabhupada to this given by Srila Prabhupada to this chapter, Canto 7, chapter 14. So as for the maintenance of the family, a Grihastha while earning what he requires for his living must be very conscientious and must not undergo extraordinary endeavor, especially to accumulate money and unnecessarily increase material comforts. So this can also be seen in Nectar of Instruction verse 2. So atyaharaha, ati ahara. So atyahar. So ati plus ahar forms atyahar. And atyaharaha prayasascha. So eating too much, trying to accumulate too much money, talking about mundane matters, associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness, and a few other things. So 6 things that are there. So out of which making money, accumulating so much money and unnecessarily increasing in material comforts, these things, Shadbir Bhakti Vinashyati, the Bhakti becomes destroyed by these things. So although Grihasthas should be externally very active, as we discussed, devotees are not just materially active, they are even spiritually active. Not just spiritually active, they are materially active also. So he should be externally very active in earning his livelihood, but he should internally be situated as a fully self-realized person. So his dealing with friends or family members should be performed simply to fulfill their purpose, not for anything else. One should not be extravagantly engaged. One should not waste so much time as a Grihastha in these things. So Instructions from family members and society should be accepted superficially, Prabhupada states in this summary. But in essence, the Grhastha should be engaged in occupational duty and advised by the spiritual master and the Shastra. So, the Grhastha should engage in agricultural activities to earn money. Varnashram, Varna and Ashrama. Grhastha is one of the 4 ashramas. And Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijyam, as we discussed, Vedic economics. Krishi, farming. Goraksha, protection of cows. And trade. So, these are the special duties of Grihasthas. So, alongside this, there are so many other points that are mentioned, that a Grihastha should not accumulate more than what is necessary, and otherwise he is considered a thief and he is to be punished by the laws of nature. And a Grihastha should be very affectionate, and he should not indulge in killing animals and birds for his own sense gratification. He should never exploit anybody. He should be affectionate and provide to everyone. And every Grihastha is a great communist who provides the means of living for everyone, according to Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada writes, he says that whatever a Grihastha may possess, he should use it in the service of the Lord. So the best process is to distribute prasada. In olden times, this used to be there, that this tradition used to be there, that any Grihastha, before having his food, he used to open his door and he used to loudly call out to everybody, ki whoever has not eaten prasadam, whoever is hungry, please come to our house and honor prasadam. Prasadam is ready. So not in a small voice, not in a soft voice, but in a very loud voice, calling out to everyone. So this is how he tries to provide for the needs of everyone, especially by prasadam. So Grihastha should not be very much attached to his wife, as it is said that for this he should engage even his own wife in serving a guest with all attention. He should try to hear from the mouth of realized sadhus. This can help to cut off the attachment. Asanga shastrena dridena chitva. Whatever money a Grihastha accumulates by the grace of the Lord, he should spend in 5 activities, which we mentioned earlier. So, by the instruction of Narada Muni, Narada Muni instructs these. And a Grihastha should always be ready to worship everyone. They should not eat anything which is not offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhupada quotes Bhagavad Gita 3.13 in the summary, stating that Yagnashishta Shina Santo Muchyante Sarva Kilbishai. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food that is offered first for sacrifice. The others who just eat for their own sense gratification, they verily eat only sin and nothing else. So the Grihastha should also visit holy places of pilgrimage, Prabhupada writes. According to Narad Muni's explanation, he says that in this way one should fully engage in the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead for the benefit of his family, society, country and humanity at large. So this is about the explanation of Grihastha life. Like so many things can be said in this matter, but we will just take this as of now. So this is the end of my humble attempt to explain about Grihastha life. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranams.